So I can stop this. And Eclipse for Java Mac OS 64-bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are you able to set a Java path in your bash profile? Yes. Have you tried that?
No, not yet. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Download Eclipse from Virginia Tech. This one is also 161 MB. The other one was pretty big.
Yeah. Actually, I have asked directly for STS because it has some more feature than Eclipse. So if you get habitual of STS, it will be very good you in future to work on STS. Start from STS only. But if you want to start with the Eclipse, Eclipse is the lighter version of STS. You can also work on that. No issue in that.
No, I mean I don't mind. It was just taking long time to download, and I didn't get a chance yet
Okay, okay, no worries.
yesterday to download it. So eventually I can download that one as well. I mean I can continue that download and let it
Yeah,
download in
you can
website.
start.
But even this one is gonna take some time. Looks
Yeah, yeah,
like.
no problem. So
I guess.
yeah. So what we can do at least can we set Java profile in your machine now? So
Okay,
can you
can I share my screen?
yeah.
Okay, let's do that. And desktop screen share. Okay.
Go to folder.
So okay, so I go to where you tell me to go? Users.
What happens? You're sharing. Okay, I think I need to stop sharing. Just a second. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you need to stop sharing, yeah.
So yeah, now I
And
can see.
then go to folder.
So okay, Bobby, can you go to the terminal first?
Okay,
Terminal, and print Java here. Write Java.
okay, wait.
Enter. Yeah, I think your Java is set here. So do one thing. Write
How
vi.
did you know right away?
Okay. So just write Java minus version. Java.
In Java 1.8?
Yes, and Java C minus version without space. Yeah. So you are okay with that. Now do one thing. Just open vi editor. Uh, Here just write vi vim space hello world.java. Hello H capital. So the class name should be start with all capital letter. That could it is the best practice to use.
Okay.
And the file name and your class name should be the same.
So, okay, I have to start with this.
Yeah, and I have given you the program. Just copy paste there.
It's in the PowerPoint.
Yeah, no, no, no. I just give you the
Oh, you did in
chat
the
group
chat.
chat. Yeah. So your file name should be hello world. The, should
Got
match
it.
with the class. Right? Yeah. Now save it. Now use Java space hello world dot Java H capital. Enter. Okay. So write Java space minus class path all in small. Oh, sorry. Backspace, backspace. First need to compile it, right? So write Java C hello world.java. H capital, enter. So you had made some mistake here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what you can see, your file name UUP,
It's not matching. Right.
right? Yeah. So again, you need to change the constructor here. So just go down a little bit down. You can see the public hello world, the first method. So this is called constructor. You should have the same thing, right? So make it small also W. Yeah.
Yeah.
Enter. What would I do?
Oh, yes, I removed O. Right.
Okay.
I'm glad we had a Unix class, otherwise I would have no idea about this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, we just learned Unix.
Yeah.
A little bit here and there,
That's
figured it out. Okay.
so where what's what other they are joining?
I'm sure they joined. I don't know what happened. Because
Okay.
it was raining heavy here. I wonder
Oh,
people don't have problem with the internet connection. Sometimes it
now
happens.
great. So just write down ls.
LS?
Yeah. Enter. So you can see that when you compile your code, it would become into bytecode. It would convert into bytecode. So you can see that hello world dot class. It's a bytecode. Just try to open vim hello world dot class. So this is called
Mm.
bytecode. So someone asked me what is bytecode. So that is the bytecode of a class. So that is bytecode understand by the JRE. So the JRE run this program. So what Java JDK do? JDK Java C is in the JDK. So it will convert the program into bytecode. And Java Virtual Machine understand this language only. So we need to convert this into this bytecode. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so every operating system have their JRE. So in every operating system, suppose you run on the Windows, you run on the Mac, you run on any operating system. When you give this command javac hello world or Java, it will convert your class into bytecode, and the bytecode is the same for every platform. So that is a bytecode.
Do you
Okay.
have to always use Linux to compile Java codes, or
No, no. Yesterday I have done on
gonna be
Windows, right?
Eclipse and all that?
Yesterday I have done on Windows, right?
Okay, so it's gonna be this software Eclipse, which will help
Yeah,
to compile and all.
Eclipse. Yeah, Eclipse is something like that. It will help you to develop fast. It give you some features. You know, it's better. You cannot do on Notepad. If you find some errors, again you have to come and run. Okay. Now let's run this program. Let's go into the terminal.
Okay. So I don't have to download those things that you told me.
No, I think you have already someone has installed your machine, so you just need Eclipse now.
Okay. So hang on then. So I don't even have to set my path variable.
No, no, I think it's set. If
Can we
you
see it?
Yeah, just
So I,
go.
I know.
Yeah, go
Go to
to
folder,
folder
users.
users and Bomic. Yeah. Now you should able to find some profile here. I don't see. The problem is that there is one command from which you can see your hidden file. So you are not able to see your hidden files on this machine. So I don't know how to see
Right.
hidden file on Mac.
I'm sure there is a way to see it in files.
Yeah, there is some command. So there is a hidden file in which the entry is done. So
Yeah, yeah, I'm aware about that. View. Oh, they gotta let me see my hidden files. I'm sure
it's
somehow.
it's not so easy. You cannot do
No,
from.
back to it.
Yeah, I think there is some commands. I know that much about Mac. So uh, okay,
I mean,
just
hidden files are
okay.
with the dot.
Yeah,
So if you know the
so
name of the file,
okay, just
like
try to do one thing. Go to this location and try to open file like vim yeah, no, you just try to open. It might be get open. So write vim vim and dot bash underscore profile.
Yeah, it will open.
It will open if it the profile. No,
Uh,
There might be some other file. So, everyone create a different name of the file. So it could be only profile only, bash.
Vim that dot profile.
Just bash, just only bash.
Dot bash.
Yeah, only bash. No, I think just need to see that the file name. So okay,
Okay, I'll figure it out. I
yeah,
thought there was a way to see the hidden files.
yeah. So let's try to run that program. Okay.
Okay.
So you can just go to that last directory we were working on.
Yeah. We ran the program, right?
Yeah,
Java C. Oh,
we
we
just
compiled the
compiled the
program.
program, right? So now run the program.
Now,
Java minus class path, and just write space hello world without dot class. No, nothing. It's a Java. So understand here. You can't give hello world dot Java because Java, this is simple written in English, and your Java is your JRE which understand only bytecode. Okay, which is hello
so
world
I don't
dot
have to give
class.
Java word dot class as well.
Yeah, or without it will also work. It understand that by default you are giving the bytecode, so you even don't need to write a dot class. Just press enter now.
Okay. So first is you create a program, right?
Yeah,
Create a program. Then you
compile
compile it.
and convert it to the bytecode.
Compile is Java C,
Yeah,
and then run.
yeah,
And run is Java minus class path,
hello world.
and then name.
Yeah, enter.
Okay. So and then run. So it will give me errors.
uh, what error?
What happened?
No, go down. It's not.
Hello world.
Okay. Just go back little. In front of hello. Put dot in front of hello. Dot space hello world.
Oh, because I'm not in the directory.
Yeah, you need to go into
Got
the
it.
enter. Yeah,
It's still an error.
okay. It's
Can I
saying
come
that
out?
your Java is not installed given the path properly. We
I did
just
not
write
get it.
hello
What?
world dot class just Java minus class path dot hello world without any space dot hello world dot hello world dot hello world in dot class.
Oh, okay.
No, you need to give space. It's just a space. Yeah, there is a yeah, space in between it. Yeah, enter. Okay, it's mean your it's not
I
set.
think. So hang on.
Are you in the wrong another directory? Just go into the same directory
Yeah, I
where
don't
we.
know. So I was here, right? Hello world class is here somewhere.
Yeah. Just now run from command here. Right.
Okay. What was the
Java
Java minus class path?
Java minus class path dot.
Now I don't need
No,
dot,
you
right?
need the dot. It specify you are in the current directory.
Okay. So should I run now like this?
Just try it. No, you need dot here.
I need dot there.
Yeah. So extra byte and that it's saying that the file you have converted to the bytecode is not working properly. So there is some issue.
A JNA error has occurred. Please check your installation type and try again.
Yeah, I think your class Java path is not set properly.
Java class is what?
So your bash profile is not set properly. That's what I think. So because you are
Really?
trying to find out that, right?
how do we find that out then?
So just try to do one thing. Just try to convert one file, dot bash profile, and hi Nikunj, good evening.
Hey, good evening.
So we are just two here. So just I mean three. So where are others?
Yeah,
I don't know what happened to others. It's okay.
not sure though. I mean, yeah. Is Bomit sent message to everyone to join, but not sure.
Okay, Momik is here.
Apple default right application utilities. Go open the terminal. Found finder application utilities. Press return. Back. Finder relaunch.
So, Bobby, what we can do, we can work offline and we can try to solve your problem, right? So, this is
Okay.
fine for you. So we start with our class. I think it's already late, and can we?
Yeah, sure, we can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. So,
Okay, cool. Should I start installing the clips on the side?
yeah, you can do that. Okay,
Okay.
just try that thing. Okay, unzip it and open it. Just expand the file. Eclipse,
I mean, I
Eclipse.
did. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did. Let me. Oh, God, sorry. What happened to Eclipse?
Just yeah, expand from here. Just open
Okay,
it
okay.
and click on the Eclipse folder icon. You can see, yeah, this one. Double click on it. Open.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. Okay, we
Yes.
can start. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. You
Sure.
don't have to wait for this.
Yeah. So I'll share my screen now. So can you please? Sure. So are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, coming up. Yep.
Yeah, Amit, are you recording the session?
Yeah, sure. Actually, I recorded yesterday's session also, but there is some issue with my format. So today I'll try my best to convert that format and I upload on the net, and I'll share you the link.
Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there is a Linux folder where Anil used to share.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
can just create a Java folder, so it
Sure.
your
I'll do
all
that.
the Java can go there.
Definitely, I'll work on that. Yeah.
Okay.
So yesterday when we are going through the our course, so we have some question like what's the difference between JRE, JDK, and JVM. So today I'm come with some slides. It might be make it clear. So what is JRE and what is JVM? So you can see that what is JRE. JRE is is an implementation of
I mean,
JVM.
can you make it like
Larger.
maybe full screen or maybe look bigger at least?
So
Pretty tiny. Press the Command Shift Enter.
shift enter. So are you able to see now?
Yes.
Yeah, if you are okay, then
Okay, fine.
yeah.
Okay. So you can see here your JVM is here, okay, and it includes some file like some rt.jar. So rt.jar is in your runtime Java files which required by your JVM, and this the complete package we said is JRE, okay,
Again, here is a
is a combination of JVM and some libraries and other files, okay. So JVM is a Java virtual machine, as JRE is a kind of implementation of your JVM. So that is difference between JRE and JVM. Okay, you can say like the you can say just car and some Hyundai car is an implementation of car. So you can say like that.
mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, and now Again, the question is, what is the SDK? So this complete box is called SDK. It's combination of your JRE, JVM, and other development tool like Java, C, Java. So which is developer to software development toolkit. So we have see how Java C come and how we convert our program from class into the bytecode. So this is a part of your when you include these things. So it complete package become your JDK.
I see.
So you
So JRE is the one that we generally install, the lightest version, I guess.
yeah, the lightest version, and just JRE understand your bytecode and run your programs. It won't, if you don't have JDK on your machine, you will not able to run this command Java C here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So now, and second question is come the what is bin file, what is library file, and what is JRE. So you can understand with this tree structure, you have JDK here. It includes three folders. One is bin, another is lib, another is JRE. So in bin you have all the exes file like Java C, Java P, and Java H. So we have just used Java C. It's include your binary file, which is our executable files. Then you have lib folder in JDK, which contains some dt.jar, tools.jar. So this we don't need to go into what they stand for. Like design time, there are some libraries used by Java, and then it's also include JRE. And again, we have bin and lib in the JRE. So that you can see the structure how JDK and JRE is. So you can say JRE is subset of JDK because it's come inside the JDK.
So always all the program has exe in the bin.
Yeah. So
And then what is the difference between jar and exe?
yeah, jar. So suppose you have run your jar in term of Java is a zip file, nothing else. So when you
Say again.
zip file
It's
ZIP,
a zip file.
yeah, it's a zip file.
Dot jar is a zip file.
Yeah, so you can do just rename the jar file into zip file and extract it. You able to see what inside the jar file, nothing else. So there's some way to compress all the file, all the prerequisites files. So you can suppose I have created one program. It contain huge number of files, and I want to give someone. So and there's some better way in Java. You can compress it, and using jar, and somebody can just directly import in their program and run it. So they need not to write the class again. They directly use my class in their program. So that is jar in Java.
Okay. So we just now the program I wrote, I can convert that into jar and give it to someone, and
Yeah,
they can use it.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So just
Exe is the same thing, right?
no, ex is different thing. So you run the Java C command here, right? It's a executable file. So it help to run your program. Ex is different, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. Okay.
So let's go again the hello world. So how so did you try to run hello world program? So Nikun, have you tried to run?
No, I mean, sorry. I mean, as I said that tonight, that's the reason I asked you to upload the video so I can watch the video and try to run the program.
Okay, sorry. Okay, then we go through again. I think the main thing, if you go through the theory class, it won't help you. Just you need to do programming, and when you face some problem, you understand. Like this Momik has faced that he's missing some Java file setting. So we need to just run the program. This is the only way to.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried to do that today, but I was not able to do that. I was also getting the same kind of error.
Okay.
So that's the reason I thought let me watch the video and see how to set up the Java run. I mean the Java variable and other things.
So do you have Windows or Mac?
I have a Windows.
Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll send offline mail to everyone how to set up for Java in Mac and how to set up Java in Windows. Definitely will not have a problem. If you have any problem, you just can me drop a mail. I'll reply as soon as possible.
Oh yeah, I mean that's okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Sounds good. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean the reason is we are all working and taking training, and training is also in the morning and in the evening, so it's like we just bogged down.
Yeah,
I couldn't find time at all to do that.
Sure.
Yeah. That's true.
So let's start. So you can see that here package.com. So I have explained what is package in the last meeting. So package is kind of directory, and you can have different file in the different directory depend upon their usability. So if you create any file, so I'll show you just one thing. I'll explain. suppose this I'll create. So do you know how to use Eclipse? So Bhomik,
No.
okay, can you please open your Eclipse now if you have? Let's start.
Okay. Use the default. And
Just
not ask
yeah,
to
okay, just click OK on everything.
Okay. It's starting.
Yes, starting, great. So in the Eclipse we have a file here. Okay, you can see option new.
Wait. Overview, samples, tutorials. What's new? Okay.
Okay,
Now this is working.
Bhumi, could do one thing. Share your screen, so we'll go through your screen only. So can you share your screen?
Yeah. Okay. Nikunj, you don't have Eclipse yet, right?
Yes, I don't have it yet.
Yeah. So share your screen. So we'll go through your screen.
So either
STS or Eclipse, any of will
I
work.
guess
Yeah.
okay, STS or Eclipse, either or it's working.
Yeah. Yeah. So here, so go to the file, Bhumi. File, click new. So you can see some option here. Click new class, new project. So we have to create first new projects. Click on new project. Java project. Cancel it. The first option. We need to select only the first option. Java project. Yeah. So give the project name. My first project. You can start with M capital, yeah, without any space. Finish.
What is the normal nomenclature? Just like this, what I did, or
Yeah, this
it's
yeah, it's good. So you just have to take care the first alphabet should be capital.
okay.
Just finish. Click on finish. Now right click on my project and click on new. You need to create new class. So click on class. See here, you just give the name of the class, hello world, and click on this which there is one icon here, public static void main. Just click on it. Come down, yeah, and click next checkbox also. The constructor from the super class. So you can see the topmost the Java use of the default package discourage here. So you can see there is a yellow icon, a warning icon.
Mm-hmm.
So why is giving this icon? Because you are not specifying any package. So it's going into the default package and you haven't given any package, so it will create. Just click on finish.
Okay. It will. What will happen? The use of default package is discouraged.
Yeah,
But
it's
if
not
we do
good.
it,
Yeah, it will create in the default package. So this file does not contain any package name. Just click on finish. It will not come into any package. So you can see the package name here is default package, right?
yeah.
Yeah, there is no package name, and like I have seen the package name, so you can't see any package name here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So right click again, click on my project here and new class again, class hello world dot two, make it name is hello world 2. Now give the package name here. So come to the package. No, just above. There's my project name. Second above. Yeah, like com
Was that?
com dot my class, right? Everything is small in package. Everything can, yeah, my class, and and select public static void main
Yeah, one
checkbox.
second. Okay.
And finish. So now you can see this is in your class. This in some package here, right?
Yeah.
So it's in
Yeah.
Java package means this is contained in a different directory, and you can create same file name in the different package. So you can see that if I'll create another package, so the file they don't have any relations. They can work independently if you want. So this package just help you to make grouping of the file. Understand?
Okay.
So go into the static void main method.
Static void main method.
Yeah, go inside that. Just write
Yeah.
down sys out. I have given the program. I'll just put it again. Sys dot out hello world. I just
Formic on the right hand side. Formic on the right side.
yeah
Okay.
Yeah. Just put the static dot out.
dot println.
Take it out.
No.
Yeah. Static dot out.
I have paste on group chat. You can copy from there.
Yeah. Just copy and just paste it there. I mean, whatever he has pasted in the chat.
Yeah.
Where should I paste it? Here.
It just
No,
inside the
go to
method
the end
name.
of the line of 9.
Yeah.
Line 9.
Yeah.
Eh,
And
Press the end button and enter. Enter now. Yeah. Paste it there.
yeah,
Yes.
just save it. Right click on that file, and you can go to the run as. There is one option, and run Java application. Click on run Java application. So you can see the output of your file here.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll show some more things in here. So can you please stop sharing your screen now?
Okay.
Yeah. So are you able to see my screen now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the first thing. It's called package. So every class should be in package. It is the best practice to have class into package here. Okay.
Okay.
Now again, what is public here? So what is an access modifier? So if you don't define your class as public, it's become private or static, and you cannot invoke your file from outside if your access modifier is not public for that class. Okay.
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 Say again, if it is not public, then we cannot invoke it.
Yeah. So if you just remove that public from here and try to run the program, you will see what will happen here.
Okay.
Okay. So there is some other thing like default, so you can invoke from the other package, but if you try to invoke from outside this other your package, it won't work. I'll explain other access modifier later, but try to understand what is public here, the importance of public here now. Okay.
Okay.
Then you have other keyword is a class. So whenever you define a class, you need to start with the class here. Okay. We'll go
Okay.
through what is class here and what is in class, and then again we need to give the class name here,
Yeah.
right? So and this print string is your string is your object, and you have give the value as hello world here.
Yes.
So yeah, so now we need to concentrate on the method here. Okay. So your method name start with the public. If it will start with the private, you will not able to invoke this method from outside, and you should be static. Static mean you can invoke this method without creating an instance of a class. Okay.
Second, invoke this
You can
method without.
creating instance of class. What is instance of class? When you write hello world new hello world Java, it will create an object of a class, and after that you can work on the object of a class. But if you define static, it is you can invoke the method without creation of object of this class. I'll show you how to invoke your static method and how to invoke your non-static method, and what is the difference between both of them. But now understand, static method you can directly invoke without creating an instance of a class. When you run your program, you have just click on run, it will run. You haven't created new instance of that class, right?
Mm-hmm.
So void is return type. Your method is not returning anything here. Okay, what is return type? So return type is so you understand the syntax of your method. So I'll explain. So what is the syntax of a method? But now just understand the syntax of method is you should have the return type here. and it could be integer, it could be string, it could be float, depend on the data type. And if you don't specify any, you should have to mention void here.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay,
So
then
it's like a function in RDBMS.
Yeah,
So
right.
we can pass the value and we can even return the value too.
Right. So in
Oh.
Java, we call function as method only. So in Java, we use
Oh.
method. The same thing. Okay. So your main is your
Well, if you know the some SQL engine or whatever, then while if you can try to relate it to something, it would be great.
sure.
Whenever you can, not necessarily, of course, every time.
Okay, and if you find some
know,
relation, I can
just-
verify that. Okay.
Yeah, I mean just to relate it so I can understand.
Okay.
Because I'm really not so good at this.
Okay. Sure. So again,
I mean, we are from the RDBMS
Okay.
world, so we understand that language than this.
okay, fine, I understand. So again,
Yep, thank you.
you need to give the some parameter. I think in the RDMS you have also some function while calling. You give some parameter here. So in parameter you have specified that it's contain the array of arguments. Okay,
Yes.
and it understand the array arguments here. And now come to this line. So Bhomik said you have asked me that where I need to write your sys.out.println. So everything you want to execute it come only inside your method. If you write outside your method, it won't work. So what the scope of this method here? It start from this curly braces and end at this curly braces.
Say again. Well, okay, whatever you write inside is gonna be
Run.
it's gonna run. Okay.
Yeah, and if you try to write outside here, so it won't work, right? So how Java will know that I have to run it, because you need to invoke this method, and everything inside this method will run. So that would be if you write outside this method, it won't work, and you try to run it, you will get some error.
Right.
Okay, and this is the scope of method. The method start from this curly braces and end with this curly braces. So if you go outside of this curly braces, the scope of your method will over.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, fine. Yeah. So the next slide is our object here. So we have some, I think in RDMS, do you have any concept like object? You create instance of any function, something like that?
Yeah. I mean, if you basically if you put the output of the function into something,
Okay.
that kind of becomes an object, right? It returns the value.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, to understand Java, you need to understand what is object here, and if you understand what is object, so I think you know the 50% of Java. So yesterday I had explained what is object. So today I'll go to the slides and I'll explain what is object here. So as I said, an object has a state. So every object has a state. So an state can be specified using the variable, like it objects had a state in which you define integer I is equal to 10, j is equal to 20, and k is equal to 30. This is the state of an object here. Okay. So you need to understand how to define the state of an object. We need to specify data type. I'll go with what is the data type here, and you need to assign some value here. So you can assume anything in the world is an object here, like your uh, some your clock is an object here, and you can have some state of the clock like displaying time, and you store that value of displaying time in some variable that is in a state of your watch. So to store the state of an object, we use variable here. We have variable in RDMS also, right? So we create some variable. I think, and we define the data type of variable before creating them? Which kind of variable, right? But
Yes.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
so, but in
I mean,
some, yeah, but
it's
in some,
basically not a variable, but yeah, you can call it a variable.
yeah, but in,
But we're getting the concept.
okay, but in some language like in JavaScript, what happens? Suppose if you give I is equal to 10, and it will automatically understand that 10 is your integer type and work like integer, and but in Java you need to specify that I is integer type, so that is called Java is statical type. You need to specify what type of data type is. You cannot just give my variable name and put any s value to that. You need to make that variable type clear to the compiler that I will store this type of variable inside this variable. Suppose I'll specify float here, so I need to give the float value here only.
Why there is in this example, why you don't have integer j?
Okay,
Now, Bhawmik, I mean, this he has defined 3 variable in one line.
one line.
So an object can have more than one variables of the same kind, or even
Yes.
different kind.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Alex. Just a second.
Okay.
Just
Okay. Yeah, maybe I'm jumping ahead of.
no. I'll explain now. I'll explain. I'll go to the variable here now. Okay. Yeah. So are you able to see my screen here?
Yeah.
So here we can see we have some field here like integer. We have a bulb here. The class your object is bulb here, and you have state like integer number of watts here. So you have one variable here, and what you can do, you cannot create same variable name again,
Okay.
because you'll confuse, right, which variable I use. So I can create it two. I can make it two. Okay. And you have another variable name is boolean. So boolean mean is true or false flag here. So there is a concept in Java. One is global variable, one is local variable. So you can see everything declare outside your function here. So there is nothing in your function. So in method, the things you declare outside your function is called global variable, and they have some default values. Okay. So so you have integer here. It should have default value is 0. You have boolean here, its default value is false here, and if you have string here, its default value is null here.
Okay.
Okay, so every variable declare outside your method name is it has some default value, but if you try to create a variable here, local var, and if you don't specify any value, so you can see some warning coming here. So you are saying that it's never used. So you can see I'll use that variable here. Local variable.
Amit, your voice is breaking up.
I think someone is on. Can everyone please mute your mic?
Yeah. Okay.
Is it clear now?
Yes.
Yeah. Fine. Now you can see that you are getting some compile time error. Local variable may not has been initialized here. That's why I'm giving you the compile time error, because it hasn't take any default value here. Okay. Understand why we are getting this error?
Yes.
If I just write sys out and number of votes here. The point is, one more thing you need to understand. You cannot use non-static thing inside your static method. So I can use only static thing, like, so I can point static counter here. Okay. So try to understand, you cannot use any non-static method inside static method.
Oh, so you cannot use any non-static variable in a static
Method.
class?
Yes. The why is like that. So what you need to understand, why we cannot use non-static method inside a static method. So static method, as I have told you, it create before the creation of a class here. So what is what you say, like you need to create an object of a class here. So I go, what is creation of object, I'll show you here. if I just a second. First, let's clear this error here. So I'll specify when 0. So it's initialized here, and your warning is gone here, right? Understand this part?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your local variable should have to give your external value, and global variables have some default value according to their data type. So what is data type here? Your integer your data type, your boolean is your data type, and your string is the data type. It's specify which kind of data you're going to store here. So if what I'll do, I'll try to write in boolean, I'll try to write 1 2 3. So it will give me the compile time error that you have specified data type of boolean, but you are trying to store an integer type here. So what I can do only, I can store only boolean here.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'll show you what is the static logic here. See, there is another class I've created, is warehouse class, and if warehouse class, just consider it on this second line. This is called creation of instance of a class. So I have a class light here. When you click on it, you can directly go into the implementation. Just press your command or control in Eclipse and you can go open the implementation, and this is the implementation of my class here. Okay, understand how I came here?
Yes.
And click on this arrow back to the, and you can go back on your from where you come. It's
Say it again. How did you do?
Okay. Just go your warehouse here. I'll come here. Either press control in Windows and command on Mac. Press the button and mouse over
Okay.
and click on implementation of that class. So
Okay.
you came here.
Yes.
Okay.
And to go back.
To go back, you have to click here.
Where? Hold on. Let me show.
This
Can you show it again, sir?
This you can see my mouse here. Back to hello world.java.
Back to. Okay, I don't see your mouse.
Can't now?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have multiple classes open, then I mean,
You can open multiple classes, no issue, and it will open into the new tab. And you can use go and back like we do on browser using these two icon. Go back and go forward.
okay.
Okay. So understand this thing is a creation of instance of your object. Okay.
Yeah.
So everything which is not static will create when you create your object here, and the things which are non-static will create even before the creation of an object. You can see write method here. Okay, this method is static here. Okay, this method is static here. So what I am doing here, I am just calling this method without creating an object of a class here. I just give the class name and I invoke that method, and I can directly go to this method implementation here because this is static here. Suppose I'll try to create one more method here, public my void my non-static method, and right now if I try to call this method directly from the class name here, so you are getting in some compile time error here. Cannot make static reference to the non-static method. First of all, this is a static reference. Okay.
Okay, so from static, you are trying to call non-static method. That's why you are getting this compile error.
Yes.
Okay.
So you cannot do that.
So from static to from static class, you can call only static class.
Yes. From static method, you can only call static method.
Okay.
The reason
And
is
from
that
non-static method, you can call only non-static or both.
from static method you can call from non-static. Okay, try to understand like that. Static is something which is created even before creation of any object. You understand this point? Okay. And anything which is created before the creation of an object you can call. So from a static method I can call only static method here. But from object this method I can even call static method, because object is create after creation of class, right? It's create the latter part. So from non-static you can call static method and non-static method, but from static you can call only static method.
Okay. But where is your here? So
Yeah.
let's say that line number 10 you are showing us.
Yeah.
So you define a light there.
Yeah, I just create the object of light class here.
Object of light class
This is
here.
creation. Yeah.
That's called a light.
Yeah, a line.
Okay.
And the new light is a, what is a new light?
Yeah, is
Is that a
way
class?
that you. Okay, I'll show you. First, you need to understand what is class here. So you understand the class is a kind of factory which create. Can you please go on mute? Yeah. So class is something which help to generate an object here. So just to do one thing, just you have one coffee machine. You can understand this is a coffee machine class, and whenever you press button, it will give you the object of a cup of coffee. So what's class is helping? Class is creating an object of a class here. So it and your coffee object must have some state, like it's hot, it's cold, and it's have some ingredient here, and it's some behavior, like if you put your finger inside your coffee, it will burn your hand. So it has some state and it has some behavior. So so understand the difference between object and class here. So class is your template here which help to create an object. Understand?
Say it again.
So class is a template which help to create an object here. So I want to create an object of a class light. I want to create an object of a class object of a bulb. So first I need to have class of that object. Only that I can create object. I cannot create object in the year. I need to have a class. I need to have some manufacturing thing. Suppose anything in the world like glass, bulb, or anything, you need to create it. So how can you create it? You need to have some class or some machine to create that. You need to have some template to create that object, right?
Yes.
So class is your template to create an object here. So I want object of this class, and my object have some state. The state of my object will store in this variable, and my object have some behavior, right? It writes some count here, and I can expose the behavior of my object using the methods I have specified here. So my object, like my static methods, my static method add two number. This is behavior of my class light object, and if I specify two arguments, integer a space first number, comma, integer second number, and it will return me and sum of this number. So I call it int, and what I'll do in this method here, return first number plus second number. Okay, hope you understand. So this is the behavior of my method, which is taking two number and returning me the sum of two number. And now the return type of this number is integer, int. Okay.
Okay.
Now you need to create an object of this class, an object of light. So I have class here, which help me create an object here. So when I go here, I'll see that this is the way I am creating an object of this class. Now when I create an object of this class, so I'll create one more method here.
So you created an object called a light
Yeah.
using a class light.
Right. Okay. You can create as many object you want. So I can create, once your once your template is ready, you can create a number of objects from that class, but every object have distinct identically identify from each others, and they store a different memory on your Java space. So I cannot create the same object name, so I can create object 1 here. I like that. Object 1, 2 and 3.
So we can create a class independently, but we cannot create object without class.
Okay, just try to create an object without class. What you will try here? So how can you do that?
Yes, I mean in your example, we need to have some kind of template or manufacturing. You need to create some object.
Right.
So without that, we cannot create object. Okay.
Right. And so that is now you understand what is class here.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'll go again. What is the static here? So static is something which is created even before creation of object class. Static is something even I haven't specified this one, but I am able to call this method here. Okay, because this method is a static method here. So every other things like this method will create only after creation of new class. This method, you cannot call this method before creation of object of this class. Suppose I'll show you. This is my method name. I'm trying to call a non-static static method from here. So like this is the class name here. What you are saying here is a method is undefined or for the type of light. Understand why we are getting this error here?
So what's that? I mean, can you move your mouse a little bit? Yeah. Okay. So this my non-static method. Okay. It says so. So you are trying to call a non-static method from the class.
Yeah.
I mean using class.
Yeah. So I am trying to call a non-static method without creating an instance of a class. So that is not possible. So how can I do that? If I need to call this method, there is two way I can call this method. So can you please tell any of them? So one thing I can do, I can make this method as a static method here. I'll go at this method and write static here. Again, I have changed the method name, sorry. So sorry that the method name was the old name. I have written the method name, right?
Okay.
Again, now when I'm trying to call this method, it's saying me that you are calling a method, but the method is expecting two arguments, and I am not specifying any arguments while calling this method. Right?
But isn't it this is a non-static method?
Yeah, just first try to remove this compile timer. Let's see what's next error will come. Okay.
Okay, okay. All right.
So I'll give two parameters 1, 2. I have resolved that error. Now you can say that cannot make static reference to non-static method here. Understand the error now?
Yes.
So now if I want to call this method, I need to go here and I need to make this method as a static method. And I come here, when I save it, automatically the error is gone here. Right?
Okay.
Okay. So this is a way. Yeah.
I did. Am I echoing or
No,
am I
no,
good?
it's fine, fine.
Okay. You 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 created a non-static method, right?
Yeah, I have created a non-static method here. This is my non-static
And
method. Yeah.
and non-static method can call both static and non-static.
Yeah. I have created a non-static method here. It can call static and non-static both method, but I cannot call a non-static method without creation of an object. I haven't created an object here. So suppose I want to call this method without making a non-static. So what I can do, I need to make object of this class here like this, and only then I can invoke this method. You can see option here, and I can give 1 and 2 here. Okay, and this is my non-static, this is my static method. So you can see I am calling an static method from my non-static method here, right? And I'm also calling non-static method from my non-static method. Understand? The first one is your static. First, understand this method is not static, but I am able to call some static method from here. This method is static here, and I am able to call non-static method here. This method is non-static here. Okay.
So you are calling both static and non-static, but you are calling non-static method after creating your object.
Yeah. So if I try calling this method without creating an instance of this object, I'll get an error. The saying that you are trying to call an method name which is not in static. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I think this is some network glitch here. So hope you understand what I'm trying to explain here, the difference between a static and non-static method, and what is an instance of a class when an object of a class. Okay.
Yeah, I'm still. I think I'm still kind of unclear for static and non-static from the last class, but I'll read about it.
No, I'll explain because it's very important. If you don't understand, so there is no point going further. Okay, tell me what confusion you have. I'll try to explain in 1 or 2 minutes.
I was just trying to understand the difference between static and non. It's more like a public, so it can be called from anywhere.
No, you can make your static method as a private also, but then you are not able to call it. But the importance of your static method is that you can call a static method without creating an instance object here. So you can see here, this write count is my static method. I am calling directly with the class name. But when I'm trying to call this my non-static method directly with the class name, I'm getting some compile time error. I can call only non-static method after creating the instance of that class. This is the right way to call this method. This is the wrong way to call this method, because this is your non-static method, and you can call non-static method only after creation of this object here.
Bhawmik, basically, static method you can call it from anywhere, anytime. Non-static method, if you wanna call a non-static method, you need to define an object before that.
Yeah. Again, suppose what will happen if I try to call? One question here: can I call my count from this object here?
Can you call my count from
Right
this
count,
object?
right count from this object.
I think so. Yeah, you can,
Yeah,
because it's a static.
you can see right count here. So you can call, as Anuj has said, that we can call non-static method from anywhere using class name or object name. But we can call non-static method only with the object name. We cannot call directly with the class name here, because
So basically, non-static method. To use non-static method, we need to define an object before that.
yes, yes,
While the static method, we can use it anywhere with anything.
yes. And why is that? Because your static method is independent of creation of your object, and it is uh, create before creation of your class. When you load your class, your method is get created. When you what happen when you give your command javac and run java command? So when you load your class into JVM, your non-static method created. You don't have to write this line.
Okay.
Okay, understand?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm getting there. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'll explain now in more detail. So, do you know how to do debug? So, I'll explain the debugging in the Eclipse. So, it will help you understand how the flow go. So, this is the way when I click on line number 20 here. Okay, just a
You're
second.
breaking again. You have from maybe network.
Sorry, I think is it fine now?
You can go on and then we'll tell you.
Okay. So I have make a breakpoint here. You can see when I double click on it, so it will become a, you can see a blue dot here. Can you see that?
Yeah, yeah.
Now when I right click, and there is two options. One is run as and another is debug as. When I click on debug as, then my Eclipse will come into debug mode. So this is the debug mode here. Okay. So there is I can execute Java line one by one in debug code. So this when I'm debugging it, so my class is loaded. Okay, and what I'm doing now, my class is loaded. I'm trying to call a static method. So when I call write count, it call my static method. So there is one way. This is step into and this is step over. When I click step into, it will go inside this method, and if I directly click on step over, it will come to the next line number 23. So but I want to see how this write count method would work, so I'll click on write F5 button and I go into this method. So I come here. Now I don't want to go inside this all this, so I'll click on next line, this step over, so I goes to the next line. Now when this line is over, you can see that it has printed the value of this variable here, the next line here, the next line here, and the next line here. So execution of this method is completed, which is your static method, and which is you have invoked without creation of your object here. Now I came back here. Now I have created an, this line is going to create an instance of a object of your class light here. Now again I go next line. So now your object is created. Only now you can invoke this method. And if you try to,
What do you mean when you say instance of an object? Meaning a value?
yeah, mean everything in the class. Okay, object is created mean object is created and it has taken all the variable, all the state, all the method inside it, and it got stored somewhere in your JVM memory. That's mean.
Okay. Okay, and that means instance of an object.
Yeah.
Okay.
So don't just I'll say that when object of bulb, see in the real world example, object of bulb is created. So you can see the bulb object is created from some machine, and machine is your class here. It has take some space in your universe, and it has some dimension. It has some property. Same here in Java here. So when I say instance of this light is created, so this is created here, and it has take some state. You can see now I can go and see what things it has inside it. So when instance created, you can see it has taken some things inside it, and you can see this variable here, instance variable. This is the one tab here, and when you expand it, you can see what it has taken. It has taken some variable here, it has taken some location here, so it has taken this value inside here. When I see new instance, an object is created with this state. Got it?
Yeah. So I mean, okay. So it's
Yeah.
not so one object again can have multiple values, right?
Yeah, it's have all the values defined inside this class. It has all these variables, right? All this state I have defined inside this class here.
Wait. So I thought the object is defined under the class, right?
Uh, object object is defined by the class.
So first you have to create the class and then create the object.
Yes, you can
Yes.
create object of another class from so this is one class warehouse, and I am creating an object of other class. You need some class already, so this is the way.
So Bhomik, basically, in order to create object, you need to have a class.
Yeah, that I was clear at that.
In
Yeah,
a
okay.
class, let's say in a class you have five variable you have defined. So when you create an object from that class, so that object automatically inherit those five variables from the class.
Understand or not?
No.
Okay.
I have so I got until then that you have a class and you can create object under the class, and object can have multiple, or I don't know. Now I think that's where I'm lost. Object can have multiple values.
Yeah.
See, yeah. So let's say you have defined a one class. In a class, you have two variable A and variable B. Now you create a object based on that class. So that object automatically inherit those two variables that you have defined in the class.
Oh, okay. So variable and objects. Okay. For I was thinking the variable is within the object.
No. That object has in this example, a light is an object created from light. So now, Amit, can you show all the variable we have created under light?
Yeah. So we can see all the variable we have created again, like number of votes, and location,
See,
and
and light we
indicator.
have created this variable. You remember he just
So why we are getting this well state of this objects when we have created this class here. Now we have this variable, right? Counter, location, indicator, number of votes, and this thing. These things will go inside this objects.
Okay.
so basically object can inherit everything from the class because it is defined using that class only.
So how do you? I mean, what if you don't want all the variables in that object, all the values of the variables in an object?
So just you don't define. I just delete from here.
I guess you don't have choice. Once you define in the class, that object has everything, whether to use it or not.
Yeah.
Okay. I got it.
So
Okay, I think clear.
I try to one more example. I might be you understand. So you have a stamp, right? So if you create a stamp of your signature and you write A B C D on your stamp, and when you take and make a press of that stamp, so a stamp is creating an instance of signature, right? And it will contain everything you define your in signature in your stamp here, right? Like A B
Yes.
C D. So that's the time this you are creating an instance of a class. So you need to create an instance of a class from a from something, right? Hope you understand.
Yeah. So if can I have more than one object per class?
Yes.
That's what I'm doing here. See, you can see that I have creating another object, one more object, and third object here.
But all of them are going to inherit the same values of of
Yes,
the
but
variables.
yes, and
Yes.
but all are independent of each other.
But what's the point if all of them will have same values?
Okay.
I mean, right now, I mean, that's we are not there. I mean, why we need to? I mean, it's like think about like it's a manufacturing plant, is a class. Now that manufacturing unit produce the number of cars. So car is an object, right? So the car one, car two, car three, all of these are object, which is
I see.
manufactured by a manufacturing plant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got the point. Yeah. Okay.
So understand. Suppose you have one original copy, as I explained yesterday. So you have one original copy, and in original copy you have some information, and in using Xerox machine you can create n number of copy of that, and all are independent of each others, and all are have the same values. So 10 people can work independently on all the objects without interfering each other.
Yeah, I
But
think very clear.
the point is that when you define static here, static is independent of creation of object. It created even before calling the class. If one people
Yes.
make some changes in your static variable, it will reflect into the other people Xerox machine, because variable, because static is independent of creation of your object.
Yes.
So static is the class, right?
Static is something which you define. You can
So so static is a like is a property of a class.
yeah.
Okay.
So there are two
And
kinds of properties.
static is a property of a class. So anything defined under that class, all the variables
No.
will be inherited by all the objects.
Yes. So if you make any changes to the static class, it will automatically affect all the objects that you created.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I think
Mm-hmm.
you still have some confusion, so we can go offline, or I'll just recommend you one book is Head First for Core Java. If you have time, just go through that. It will explain in very depth. You will understand. It's very easy.
Is it online or
It is
do
free,
I
I
buy it?
think. You can buy it, or you can download pirate copy if you want. I can send also that copy. So it's easy.
Okay, yeah, that would be great if you can. I
Okay.
am definitely in the need of reading something.
Yeah, it's explained in very depth, like from the basic. I'll send you that book.
So it's
Okay.
government. It's basically similar to like in business object we inherit the rights from the parent folder or parent group.
I am trying to relate that way, and that's
No,
why I'm
either.
getting.
So I think here there is nothing called inheritance here. So I haven't talked about inheritance here. It's just creation of
Yeah, I
object.
mean that is true, but I mean it's just like when I say the inheritance means all the class object or whatever you define in the class that can be used by the object. In that sense, I'm saying
Okay, okay,
inheritance.
okay. But yeah, but later on that inheritance will make you confusion here if you think like that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean I know that there is a concept of
Yeah.
inheritance also in Java, but yeah.
Okay.
So, so let's move forward.
Alright. Yeah, if you later on maybe you can send me the
Yeah, I'll
link of the book
So I have
or
created
the
then,
copy.
yeah, I have created this object one. I have called this method here. Now I have created again object two here. So you can see that object two is created. It has all the same values here, right? That like
Yes.
object one and here, and again one and three here. So I have created three objects and all have the same values. It has this same value, this has the same values, and this object has the same value. And you can
Yes.
work independently on this object here. If you make some changes in this value, it won't reflect here. If you make the value some changes in this value, it won't reflect here for the non-static things. But if you make changes in a static thing, it will reflect in everywhere.
Got it.
Yeah.
So now, okay, yeah. So when if you want to directly go and jump to the next debug point, you just need to click on. I'll explain again. So I am here. So I just if into instead of going line by line, I want to jump on the next line, so I can directly go to the next breakpoint. I'll go to the next breakpoint is here, and again the next breakpoint is I go to the next breakpoint here. So I directly come here.
Okay.
Okay,
Hmm.
understand the concept of jumping between this breakpoint?
Yeah.
Okay.
How you define only breakpoint at one place, right?
No, there's
Oh,
three
going to.
breakpoints. One is at line number 23, one is at line number 20, and another is at line number 39.
Or you can click anywhere
Yeah,
on any
if
line to define breakpoint.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. That
okay.
makes sense. Yeah.
So that is called debugging. Hope
Yeah.
you understand. And while debugging, you can see the value, you can change the value. So if you know the debugging, you can understand the flow of your program. When you will
Right.
go to the complex program, the debugging is very important, and you should learn that what is debugging in Eclipse.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, we come back to our things of object here. So object has a behavior here. Okay. So my object has a behavior which let me know if this number is prime or not prime number. So what I'll do, I'll pass a number to my object and it will return let me know is prime or not. So it should be boolean. I'll make it boolean. Right? So this method, if I pass any number, any integer, and it will perform some operation on that, and it will return in true or false that number is prime or not. So that is behavior of my objects. My object will do it takes it takes something and it will return something. Okay. So you need to understand an object has three qualities. I'm saying from the starting. One is state, another is behavior, third is identity. So I hope you understand what is the state. This is called state. What is behavior? The method. Everything you expose using method is called behavior. What is identity? Identity is that every object is stored at unique address. Every like car 1, car 2, and car 3. Both all car are different from each others and they take separate space, separate place in universe. They are not identical. Even they have same property but they are unique. Right? So now let's
I think we
go.
lost you for a little bit.
Okay. So I was saying that.
Can you go back on you?
Yeah.
Sorry, not Amit.
Okay.
So behavior is the one state to another state, the state. Okay, got it.
Right. So hope you understand behavior because if you don't understand behavior of an object, then it is very difficult for you to
So
go
behavior
further.
is the one you
So
behavior is the one you showed, right?
can you please go again?
I'm saying that behavior is the um, is just what you showed us, that when you change the value of a static variable,
Yeah.
all the object reflects the new value, or whatever you call it.
No, actually, behavior is something I have saw that if I behavior is some how my object is behaving. Suppose I have a method here, this light method, and the behavior of this object is this. I'll give two number, it will return me the sum of this number. This is called behavior, and all the behavior is explained. And what is the behavior of this write count? It just print out the value here. This is called behavior of this object. So this object has two behavior. One is write count, and another is add of two number. This is the two type of behavior of this object has.
Isn't that the method?
Yeah, method. Yeah, method is called behavior in object. So you
Okay.
expose different type of behavior with different type of method. My
Okay.
one method
And so
do
basically, it returns the different values, and that's the behavior of the object.
right. So, so something like that. If you do something like have five method, one method is addition of two numbers. This is my behavior. Another method is subtraction of two numbers. This is the next behavior. Division next behavior. I can define five method in this objects, and I can say my object have five different behavior. One is addition, subtraction, division, modularizations, or something like. Or third one is just write down whatever it come, print. It will not return any type. So behavior is exposed by method only. Understand?
Okay. Yeah, got it. And the unique is just a unique ID in the memory.
Yeah,
Right?
unique is different. So like object 1, light 2, and light 3, all three are unique. Even they have the same state and same method, but all are unique because they have different ID, different space in the JVM. They store in a different memory location.
Okay, that makes sense.
So now we'll see how to define a state of an object. As we have seen that there is variable. So what is variable? And we'll see how what is variable type and naming convention, what naming convention we can define, then scope of variable, then we see the primitive types, then boxing and unboxing, we'll see what is that, then operator, then string and array. This all thing I'm saying here is just related to the state and an object. All things are related to the state of an object, understand? Because you can specify state using variable here. Okay? I hope you understand what is variable here. Like 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. Now 1 plus x, what would be the output? So x is your variable. Variable means the value is changing here. And which is opposite of constant value.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And now the second thing is type here. So you need to understand what is type here. Like 3 is what kind of? 3 is integer type, and string hello is string type. So as I have mentioned, the Java is strongly typed. You have to specify type of an variable before using it. If I define my float variable, I haven't defined the type of that variable, it will give you the error. It won't work. But in JavaScript, you just do my variable and assign everything, it will work. That the JavaScript is not strongly typed. That's why we say Java is strongly typed language. Understand?
No, what's the difference in what did you say? Java is strongly typed, but JavaScript is not.
Yeah, I'll explain the difference here. We'll go at this class again, light class, right? So what I'm doing here, I have defined the type of this number of words is integer here, right? This is type here. But what if I try my variable is equal to test1 and comma? It won't work because I'm not seeing the type of variable here. So I need to specify string. Only it will work. Right? So, but in JavaScript, if you do like this, it's pretty much okay with the JavaScript. Okay. So this is called strongly typed and not a strongly typed language.
No, I didn't get it. I mean, JavaScript is written in Java, right?
No, JavaScript is quite different in Java. Java. JavaScript uses other language. It's used for the UI, and it runs on browser.
Okay, cool.
So now we'll see the different data types here. So the important data types in Java here like boolean, char, byte, short, integer, long, and float. So boolean will store only true and false flag. Okay. So char only have 16-bit. So different type of variable have different usability. So if you just want to use, while writing a program, you need to understand, you need to take care of memories, because if you start using everywhere long is a big variable, and you try to store even a small value like 1 2 3 into long variable, it is complete wastage of memory into JVM because long will store 64-bit. So we have to choose smartly which kind of variable I should use while programming. If I know that my variable size will not exceed 32-bit, I should use integer. Byte is a smaller byte, much smaller than your integer. So these are different kind of data types. Here I'll show you. The range of byte here is -2 by 7. This is 8 byte. Then the range of sort is from 215 like this. The range of integer you cannot specify the integer value longer. So suppose I go here and I'll try to do one thing here. Int test 1 and I'll try to do like this. Okay, you can see some error here. Okay, just a minute.
Yeah.
It won't work because it's exceeding the size of variable.
Yep.
So you need to make it long, and I think it's quite bigger than long also. So I'll reduce it a little bit.
So one value, I mean, if
Yeah.
you say only 2, right?
Yeah.
It reflects 4 bytes, right?
Yeah.
4 bits. So this is 8 bits.
Yeah. So you need to understand the term of bits here. Okay.
Okay.
So if you want to use bigger numbers, so use long. If you want to use integers, you long integer. So you need to understand the difference between float and double. So the difference between float and double is integer, long, and float and double. So they are in the fractions value. So an integer you cannot store something like 20.30. You cannot do in integer or long.
Okay.
Integer mean without any fraction, without any precision.
Mm-hmm.
And float and double mean they can store like that. I'll show you the example. I have example here.
When do you use byte then? When you're storing just one value?
Yeah, I generally when you do in the real-time programming, you rarely have to use any byte here. You will not use byte anyway.
Only integer, I guess. Yeah.
Byte libraries. Just a second. Sorry. Okay, yeah. Here is the sample here. So here I am storing float. I need to specify f in the end of float. So difference between float and double here, you need to understand here. Both are using for the fractions value, but the float double has more precision than float. It's 32-bit and it's a 64-bit floating point.
Okay.
There's a difference, and you can see the byte here 100, short value, integer value. So these are different variable here. Yeah, this is important variables. Other variables like, so generally while we do in the real programming, so until I'm using, so we just use only these variable char, int, long, and double. These are more important boolean, of course.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we have operator here. Hope you understand operators, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What
Now,
is double plus?
I'll explain the double plus. So now, just a second. In the abstract class, we have already light warehouse. Yeah. So you're asking about this double plus, right?
Right.
Right. So double plus means just increment of the value. Suppose this is my variable and it has some value. So I just, instead of this, I can do counter is equal to whatever value counter having plus 1. Okay, this is double plus. Okay,
So double plus is always increment by 1 only?
yeah, only one. Double plus is only one. This is abbreviation. So you think double plus we can also add here, and double plus you can also add here.
Okay.
Okay, but difference is that between, so when you increase in as prefix, then it will increment the value, then perform any operation, and if you add it later, it will perform any operation, then increment the value.
Okay.
Okay, so some other variables are plus, minus, modulus. You understand modulus?
Mm-hmm.
Then double minus is also decrement by one value.
1. Okay. Same thing as double
Yeah,
plus.
yeah. And this logical operator. So you want now then we'll go greater than the rational operator, greater than, less than, equal to.
Okay.
Okay. So
And
you
double equal
understand
to is?
double equal. Do you understand meaning what double equal to? Double
Not,
equal
not.
to mean comparing anything, and single equal to mean assigning the value to that variable. So if I say in
Okay.
this,
Good.
uh, okay,
So for me, double is like, if you wanna compare anything, A equal to A, then
Yeah.
double. But when you say A equal to A, that means you are passing value of A to B.
Okay. Yeah, that's clear.
static. Okay, make it static. I'll make both of static. Yeah? Okay. So if both are equal, only I can go inside this loop and I'll print whatever I like here. Okay. If if the condition is false here, I will not go inside this loop. Understand?
Yep.
So if this value return true, if both are equal, then I'll go. If I'll try instead of double equal to, if I do like this, what will happen? So you know your if, so if condition is expecting your something in boolean, so it will expect some return boolean. So it is assignment operator, it will not return any boolean, it won't return true and false. So that's why it's giving you a compile time.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So now there is some operation like this is single condition. Suppose I want to pass one more condition, so I can use and. Again, suppose I'll create one more variable here. So why is giving this kind of error?
Amit, can we take it to the next class?
Next.
It's getting. Okay, I'm wondering, can we take this to the next
Oh,
class?
sorry,
It's getting
we have
late.
exceeded the time. Just I explain the concept of this person. Then we can call off the class.
Okay.
So
I'm just for our best knowledge, you don't have to worry about rushing into it. I don't know what is their plan, but since we have no clue about Java, so it's okay to be a little bit slow.
okay, fine.
Okay.
Yeah, just I'll explain the last operator and then we can say for the day. Is it okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
Do you have 5
I'm
minutes?
saying that in case it doesn't get complete in 20 hours,
Okay.
we are okay to be a little bit longer.
Sure, no problem in that. I'll definitely I'll make sure that end of this course you will be expert in Java, but you need to do some practice and programming, nothing else.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I mean, that difficult part of it. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So this mean it has to satisfy this condition. If this equal to this and this equal to this, only then I'll go inside this conditions. Okay.
Yes.
They both need to be true here. If this will return true and this will return true, I come here. And instead of this, if I use this symbol, this mean or.
That is all.
Either of this is okay, it will work.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the difference. I think this.
Equal.
Okay.
And the other one is not equal to, right?
Yeah, it's not equal to.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Fine.
Okay.
So this is the syntax of method. We have already discussed that. So okay, I'll take all things in the next class. I'll share the slide with you, and please let me know if you don't able to install Eclipse and not able to set your Java path and anything, because if you don't do programming, if you don't, try to write programs and try to modify, you will see the issues.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't we take that to the, either we take it offline. I think it's only gonna be Nikunj and I. Other folks, it might be Shri.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't think anybody else would be going to do a lot of Java. A lot of people know already Java.
Okay.
So either we can take it to next class for installing and all that, or we can do it offline. Either way,
I think we'll do it offline because I think it will some time consuming. You just I'll send you the steps, and if you face some problem, I'll reply you onto the mail. Your Eclipse is okay. I think it's your Eclipse is working, right?
Yeah.
So I think only Nikun's Eclipse is we have to set up, right?
Okay.
Yeah, but mine some variable or something we have to set up to it because this command line did not work. But if command line is not necessary anymore, then
no, it's not necessary now.
Okay, then that's fine. Then we are good.
Yeah. So I'll send you the book. I'll send you the copy of that book, and just if you have free time, just go through that. It's good for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you can create a folder at the same place where the Anil has uploaded his Linux classes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all the video and this PDF you can upload there.
Sure. Actually, the problem is that the software I'm using, it is generating videos in very high quality. It's taking around 1 or 2 GB. So I'll work with Anil and I'll try to compress that folder and I upload and I'll send you the mail.
Yeah, I guess Anil was doing some screen recorder or something.
Yeah, I'll definitely try with that next time.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah. In the meanwhile, at least you can do the slides.
Sure.
Also,
Okay.
that's very helpful.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye bye.